Okay, let's unpack this. Do you ever feel that familiar squeeze, the one that makes "I can't afford it" just sort of tumble out?
Oh, absolutely. Before you even really think about it sometimes.
Yeah, it's almost automatic for a lot of us, isn't it? Feels like just stating a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's less about the hard numbers in your bank account right now
Right.
and maybe more about a kind of financial autopilot,
Right.
like a habit or even a mindset that's holding you back?
That's exactly where this deep dive takes us today. We've pulled together this really fascinating stack of material just for you.
Okay.
It comes from a source called Wealth Potpourri. And, well, like the name suggests, it's a real mix. Insights, surprising facts.
Potpourri. Right.
Exactly. And some really smart ways to maybe rethink money and opportunity.
So our mission here is to dive into this stuff, pull out the most important, maybe non-obvious nuggets of knowledge,
Uh-huh.
and see how we can challenge that "I can't afford it"
Yeah.
reflex. We want to equip you with new ways of thinking from these sources so you feel more empowered.
Yeah, empowered. See possibilities you might have missed. And it really does start with that core idea they highlighted early on, actively breaking the "I can't afford it" habit.
Okay.
The source doesn't just say stop saying it, though. The really powerful insight here is replacing that statement, with a question.
The question.
Yeah. How can I find 3 better ways to approach this situation? It shifts you from just declaring defeat
Right, like giving up.
to actively searching for solutions. It's not about suddenly having more money, but about training your brain to look for creative options.
You feel resourceful instead of just limited.
Exactly. It makes you feel resourceful.
Right, it's flipping that internal script from impossible
Mm.
to, okay, how can I make this work?
Hmm.
And speaking of the internal landscape, these sources also dig into the psychology of money.
Mm.
They ask, like, why do our emotions sometimes make our wallets, well, cringe?
Haha. Yeah, cringe is a good word. And what's truly fascinating here, according to the material, is just recognizing how powerfully our feelings steer our financial actions, often subconsciously.
Subconsciously, okay.
So fear can lead to paralysis, right? Stops you from investing, maybe taking a calculated risk.
Or excitement triggers impulse buys.
Totally. And stress might just make you avoid looking at your bank balance altogether.
Been there.
Yeah. The source really emphasizes that your emotional state isn't just background noise, it's actively shaping your financial outcomes.
Wow.
And becoming aware of that link, that's the first step to making more, rational choices.
Okay, so with that inner work in mind, let's look at some outward actions. The sources explore different paths for investing. They set up a great comparison. Should you manage investments yourself or hand the reins to a robo-advisor?
And they use a really relatable analogy for this. It's like choosing between cooking a meal yourself
Okay.
or just ordering takeout.
Ah, I like that. So doing it yourself means you're picking the ingredients, following the recipe.
Adjusting the seasoning, you have total control. And potentially, you save on the labor cost, the fees.
Right. The source notes the upside is that control and
Yeah.
maybe lower fees. But the downside is clear. It demands significant time, knowledge, and, well, discipline.
Definitely discipline.
And the robo-advisor is the takeout option then.
Exactly. The source highlights the big draw: convenience, automation.
Easy.
You tell it your goals, risk tolerance, and it handles the portfolio building, the rebalancing, all that complex trading stuff.
And it's often lower cost than a human advisor. Maybe good for getting started.
Yeah, potentially. But the key trade-off is you give up that direct control and you pay a fee for the automation.
So the insight isn't that one is always better.
No, it's that your choice really depends on your available time, your expertise, and how much hands-on control you actually want, which, that's a crucial part of financial empowerment itself, choosing what fits you.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. And thinking about building wealth often leads to business ideas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the sources have this fantastic section on how to test a new business concept before you pour significant time and money into it.
Yes. This is where that memorable analogy comes in. They say it's like dating before getting married.
Haha, exactly. You wouldn't propose on the first meeting, right?
Hopefully not.
You test the chemistry, see if there's a real connection, check compatibility.
So how do you date a business idea?
Well, the source outlines 6 ways. And these aren't about building the whole product right away. It's about validating the core assumption. Does anyone actually want this thing?
Okay, like what kind of ways?
Things like simple surveys, maybe creating a basic landing page just to gauge signups, running really tiny experiments, or even just having detailed conversations with potential customers.
So low investment ways to get feedback.
Exactly. The key insight is the immense value of getting that real-world feedback early. Confirm demand or pivot quickly if needed. Avoid the heartbreak and cost of building something nobody actually wants.
That makes a ton of sense. Okay, shifting gears a bit. From testing new ideas to more established assets. The sources also dive into real estate investment. They compare commercial and residential properties.
Right, and this brings up a really important distinction for anyone thinking about property investing. The source uses some powerful imagery here.
Okay.
Commercial real estate, think office buildings, retail spaces, it offers the potential for very high returns. But,
There's always a but.
yeah, it often comes with higher risks, more complex management, bigger capital needed upfront. They actually liken it to a roller coaster.
Ooh, okay. Thrilling highs, maybe, but intense, volatile side.
Yeah.
Needs a strong stomach.
You got it. And then residential properties, single-family homes, apartment buildings, they're presented as generally offering more stability,
Less stressful, maybe?
potentially less operational stress, yeah. Though maybe lower peak returns compared to commercial.
Mhm.
The source compares this to a scenic train ride.
Steadier, more predictable, maybe not the same adrenaline rush, but smoother.
Exactly. So the core takeaway isn't just about the property type itself. It's about the level of active management required and the risk tolerance involved. They're fundamentally different.
So you need to choose the journey that matches your personal capacity and goals.
Perfectly put. Choose your ride wisely.
Okay, let's zoom out even further now.
Yeah.
From individual assets to the very foundation of our financial world. The Rich Read section recommends a book called The Ascent of Money.
Yes, that sounds fascinating.
It does. The source calls it a thrilling ride through the history of finance. It frames money itself as this dynamic character, sometimes the hero driving progress, sometimes the villain causing chaos.
Interesting take. So what's the big idea there?
The big central idea from this source is that the entire path of human history has been fundamentally shaped by how money and financial systems evolved.
Wow, okay.
From the first simple banks centuries ago to the huge interconnected global crises we see today. Finance isn't just some side note in economics.
It's a primary driver.
Yeah, a primary driver of civilizations, empires, wars, progress, everything.
So why should, the average listener care about dusty history books right now?
That's what the source tackles. It makes a compelling case.
Yeah.
The history of money isn't just some academic thing for bankers. Our personal financial fates are, tangled up in this global financial ecosystem.
Inextricably linked.
Exactly. Understanding its past helps you understand the forces shaping your present and your future.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the action step from that?
The action step derived from this is pretty profound. Actually delve into the origins of financial systems.
And the why is?
The why is critical. By understanding the historical patterns, the causes of past financial disasters, you gain valuable insight. Maybe you can recognize and avoid repeating similar mistakes in your own life.
Or anticipate bigger economic shifts.
Right. See the patterns.
They even had a witty hot take on the book, didn't they?
They did. They said, forget your favorite reality show. This book is like a documentary with more drama and conflict than any love triangle.
Just swap relationship drama for stock market crashes and debt crises.
That sounds way more engaging, honestly.
Definitely more consequential. Okay, moving from ancient financial systems to maybe one of the earliest examples of automated convenience. The Wealth Whiz, did you know? Fact is quite surprising.
Right. The world's first vending machine wasn't for soda or snacks.
No. What was it for?
It was invented over 2,000 years ago, apparently by a Greek mathematician, to dispense holy water in Egyptian temples.
Holy water from a vending machine. Get out.
Seriously, talk about an ancient blend of technology and necessity.
Wow. So what's the wealth building nugget there, besides maybe cornering the holy water market back then?
Well, the source uses this to illustrate that people have always found inventive ways to combine convenience with a need. Doesn't matter if it's sacred or mundane. It's proof that really innovative problem-solving ideas can pop up from the most unexpected places or simple requirements.
And they tied this directly to creating wealth today.
Yep. It's about developing that eye for spotting problems, identifying opportunities others might dismiss or overlook.
And then figuring out how to package a solution into something people will actually pay for.
Exactly. That ancient machine solving a basic need, a measured amount of sacred liquid. Conveniently, it's an early echo of the entrepreneurial process. Identify need,
Create a solution.
generate value, whether it was payment or a donation back then.
Fascinating connection. Okay, finally, there's a kind of lighthearted one, the Wealth Potpourri wild card. An unexpected anecdote about getting a boost from modern digital support.
This one made me laugh when I read it. It's a story about someone trying to find resources online. They wanted to help a friend who was feeling down about their job.
Okay.
So they went to ChatGPT, planning to ask for links or maybe some advice for their friend, but they were in a rush apparently and just typed pep talk and hit enter before adding any context about the friend.
Oh no, so what happened?
Well, to their total surprise, ChatGPT just instantly delivered this full, enthusiastic pep talk directly to them.
Haha, not the friend, but the person asking.
Exactly. It wasn't the info they meant to find for their friend, but they admitted that in that moment, it was actually kind of funny and an unexpected little confidence boost they needed too.
That's brilliant. So what's the takeaway? Rely on AI for therapy.
Maybe not quite, but the core reminder from the source is a good one. While genuine human connection, those deep talks with friends, that's priceless, irreplaceable for support.
Absolutely.
But don't discount the role of modern digital tools. Sometimes, even an accidental AI chat can provide a quick, helpful moment of backup when you just need a little encouragement.
A digital backup boost. I like it. So, okay, pulling all these diverse threads together then.
Yeah.
From challenging that initial I can't afford it thought and understanding the psychology behind your decisions.
To exploring concrete paths like investing and testing business ideas.
Looking at the history that shaped our financial world, spotting opportunities even in ancient vending machines.
And finding support in modern, sometimes unexpected ways.
The overriding message from all these sources seems pretty clear.
It really feels like it's about taking an active role, doesn't it, in your financial journey. The power isn't in just passively wishing things were different.
No, it's an informed action, taking control.
And the sources leave you with some incredibly practical advice, too, under that heading. Take this with you.
Right. First, they suggest picking just one article or idea from this whole Wealth Potpourri mix that really resonated with you today. Just one thing.
Okay, one thing.
Second, share that one thing with a friend or family member. Actually discuss it. Breaking the taboo around money talk can be empowering itself.
Good point. Makes it less scary.
And the most crucial step,
What is it?
choose one single action, no matter how small, based on something you heard today from these sources, and commit to implementing it today.
Today, not tomorrow.
Today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or when you feel motivated. Whether it's just challenging the next time you think, I can't afford it,
Or spending 10 minutes researching robo-advisors.
or writing down one idea for testing a business concept.
Or even just reflecting on how your emotions influenced a recent spending choice.
Pick one thing and do it now.
Taking that first step really is the key, isn't it, to unlocking potential.
It really is. It really makes you think. Out of everything we've covered from these sources, what's the very first concrete action you're taking today?